So most flights land in Keflavik now, and we started, and this is a 9-day trip going clockwise on Road 1 mainly, starting at Keflavik. So first day, explore a couple of hours, Keflavik, quick look around, and mainly getting the essentials. Going to the cheap shops and supermarkets to get the essentials like egg, milk and things like that. Then head up north to Reykjavík. Now it was a beautiful day, so spent the whole day there, or most of the day, and it was lovely exploring and sightseeing and having lunch and so on. At the end of Reykjavík we drove east and it ended up in THINGVELLIR National Campsite. So it's a beautiful campsite, and if it's clear and the day and it's Northern Lights season, then you can, and we did see the Northern Lights in THINGVELLIR National Park. So day 2, THINGVELLIR National Park, beautiful site. You can spend anything up to 2, 3, 4 hours here, but we spent about 2 hours walking along the gorge. Next, nearby, GEYSIR and STROKKUR, right next to each other. GEYSIR goes up every 2 weeks, they say, and STROKKUR approximately every 15 minutes. So that was lovely to see. We saw about 3 or 4 of these. We spent about an hour there. Next, nearby, this waterfall. The weather started to change, but it was beautiful, lovely canyon, really small, not as small as in shallow on the gorge, and loads of mini waterfalls on one of the hidden areas. Well built, free parking, just lovely. If it's a nice day, take a picnic and you can spend more time there. From there we headed up north off Road 1. Now to get there, the road is really rough, loads of potholes. If you've got a normal car, you'll have to drive slow and careful to look after your car, and it would take you about 45 minutes to get there and then 45 minutes to come back. And here you can spend about another hour to 2 hours on site looking around and going down. If you've got off-road car, obviously you can get there a bit quicker. Day 3, this one, we just stopped over for lunch and we discovered this place by accident. This is hidden from the road because it goes down, and as you're driving through you just miss it, but it was a beautiful find by accident. Then we ended up in the north, the city of the north, the second largest city in Iceland. Absolutely beautiful. You can spend loads of time here. We just drove through. From there you can take the tunnel or you can avoid the tunnel, but if you use this tunnel then you've got to pay before or just after. You have a time frame and it's fairly cheap. It saves you about 1.5 hours of time. Then we ended up in GODAFOSS. Absolutely fantastic waterfall and site. You can walk on either side, go for a hike, and if it's a nice day I would recommend take a picnic. So approximately 2 hours you can spend there. Then on end of day 3 we ended up in this campsite. Absolutely fantastic on the lake site, and if it's a clear night and it's Northern Light season, you can catch the Northern Light here. This cave, one of the love scenes of Game of Thrones, was shot, and it's got lovely warm water in there and it's a lovely place to explore. About an hour spent there. Then you've got the KRAFLA volcano, beautiful, about half an hour there just having a look around. Then you got the geothermal area. Take a gas mask guys, it was too strong for me. I got out and within seconds I started to get a headache. So beautiful site, looked like a little desert in the middle of nowhere. DETTIFOSS and the next waterfall, SELFOSS, right next to each other. This is the most powerful waterfall in Iceland and it was just absolutely breathtaking. I really wanted to get drone shots, but on the day it was just too windy. Impossible to get the drone up or risk losing the drone in the wind. Staðlafoss waterfall. To see this you have to end up on the east side of the canyon, and then you'll get the best views, best exploring, walking, best pictures. But if you end up on the west side where there is also another campsite, then you won't be able to go down and see some of these things. We came off road 1 to take a shortcut to save about an hour to 2 hours of time, and we found this waterfall. The road is quite rough. Then we went through this short tunnel, absolutely beautiful natural rock structure. Just looking at the walls of the tunnel was just absolutely another world. Just off road 1, came across this lovely little waterfall, tiny little hike. It's quite steep to get up there with the car, but I had no problems getting there. Then one of the longest tunnels in Iceland, absolutely beautifully lit, and it is really, really long. And again, the wall and the lighting and everything else was just beautiful. This Mirror Mountains, we didn't go there because it was too long and the road was quite rough, and we didn't have much time on this day, but I would highly recommend, if you can squeeze it in, go and see this. Jökulsárlón Lakes, absolutely beautiful. This one feeds Diamond Beach, so the icebergs go from here through the river and then they end up washed back on shore by the current onto Diamond Beach. So they're right next to each other. You can walk it 10 minutes or you can just take the car over the bridge. Further down you've got this lake, and this is absolutely beautiful and it's appeared on so many videos. You can take the boat ride, spend anything up to 3 hours there. We spent about an hour pictures, looking and just taking it all in. Skaftafell National Park, again, you can spend an hour just looking around, or you can spend hiking 3, 4, 5 hours. You do have to pay. STROKKUR waterfall, and you can go for a little hike, quite steep, through the forest, or you can just see from the bottom, anything from 30 minutes. If you go for the hike and up there, allow about 2 hours. This canyon, on the day it was absolutely raining non-stop and it was heavy, but beautiful, well worth it. If it's a nice day, take a picnic and you can even go down and explore. This beach, absolutely beautiful, rocks, cove, all the things. And from here you can actually walk to the next thing and come back and allow anything up to 4 hours. But you can also take the car and get there in about 20 minutes. Here allow at least an hour to 2 hours. This is the arched cliffs, and again from the last beach you can walk to here and it's quite nice actually. Or you can just bring the car, but the road isn't straight. You have to go in and then back out again. And this is just off road 1. All of these names you can just put in Google Maps and it will show you where they are. Plane wreck. The car park is approximately 45-50 minutes hike from the plane wreck. They don't allow cars to come here, but there is an off-road bus. It's quite expensive. If you allow for the hike, then allow at least 3 hours, 1 hour hike, 1 hour there, 1 hour back. Skoggafoss waterfall, one of my favorite waterfalls, absolutely fantastic. If it's a hot day, you'd love the mist and it's just breathtaking. You can walk up to the top and see from the top as well. Now this is the waterfall that you can walk behind, and the world behind there is absolutely completely different. Looks like it's another world. Definitely take waterproofs for this one. Allow about 1 to 2 hours if you want to do the outer ring at the top and the lower ring inside. It's absolutely beautiful here, and on a nice day take a picnic. We had a picnic here and it was lovely. Hella waterfall, really small, quite a little bit off-road 1, and you can go for hikes around here and allow 1 to 2 hours there. At the end of day 8 we ended up in Reykjavík campsite, and it's a really nice campsite, quiet, right on the beach, And if it's a nice day in the evening or in the morning, you can go for a little stroll or walk along the beach. The colors of the water was just amazing, and then there's the black rocks on the edge of the beach, volcanic rocks. Day 9, final day. Started off with a hike up the volcano. We spent about 2 hours climbing 5 kilometers up. You can go further and there's longer hikes. And just before we visited, there was an eruption, and that's the remains, the black lava left over from the volcano. It was absolutely a brilliant day, and just to see up close the leftover dried lava. From there, after the hike, nice relaxing day 9, Blue Lagoon. You can spend 2 hours up to 6 hours there, I would say. And normally you have to book, just check. And we just turned up and we were quite lucky, they managed to fit us in. Then a short trip from there to Bridge of Continents, allow about 1 hour here. Hope you found this useful, guys, and I hope it really helps you. It took us a long time to put this together, so if you could like, subscribe, and it would really help the channel grow. And I thank you so much. And if you do go to Iceland, I hope this helps you. And these were the main sites we saw around Road 1 with the normal hired car. Obviously, if you get a off-road car, you can see a lot more. Thank you so much and take care. Bye for now.